We are hearing article Markata Vairagi, Monkey Renunciates by Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur. We heard what is monkey renunciation for household devotees and also for ascetic devotees, tyagis, or those who are in the renounced order. Then we heard Mahaprabhu told, I cannot see the face of someone who takes sannyas or Babaji, but then intimately conversing with a woman. Therefore, a renunciate will always take special care to stay away from gazing at women. Look, even the mind of a Muni becomes restless if he sees the form of a woman made of wood. And then we also heard that renunciate will not watch any dramas or theater like this. That will be also like Vairagi. Also, he should not visit women in the name of begging or madhukari. Or we also heard like keeping them as maid servants. He has enjoying spirit, but on the pretext of, yes, they're doing seva. So that is also very subtle. And then, yes, Mahaprabhu told, I cannot in any way keep a renunciate who associates with women near me because I do not want to even touch him. So why are you requesting me? Devotees, they were requesting. My mind is not my own. I do not wish to see a Markata Vairagi, nor do I wish to touch his body. We heard also that Choto Haridas, he had devotion, but also that desire to enjoy. So after giving up his body in Prayag, as a regret for what he did, he went to Gandharvaloka, and there he got this desire fulfilled to associate with woman, and also by devotion, gradually he got full renunciation. The more one advances in service of Krishna, then he's getting higher taste. Based on that higher taste, he can give up lower taste of enjoying spirit. Then further article goes, alas, where do these words of chastisement from the pure character of Lord Gaurachandra now remain? So Mahaprabhu is very strict, he told. Now Bhaktivinoda Thakur is saying, where is this now discussed? What Mahaprabhu said. Due to the influence of Kali, there is a prevalence of Vaishnavas that are both Markata Grihastas and Vairagis, who are a blight on this pure Sampradaya. Blight, I don't know, 1 second. A plant disease, typically one caused by fungi such as mildews, rust, and smuts, or a thing that spoils or damages something. So I think here this is applicable. These Markata Grihastas and Vairagis are blight, means they are spoiling or damaging this pure Sampradaya. how many householder Vaishnavas are attempting to save themselves from their own wrongdoings by assuming the false signs of renunciation. If true renunciation exists in them, then they may leave their home forever, wear a kopin, and remain with their guru. Moreover, they should not converse with women. If the tendency to associate with women remains anywhere in the heart, then they should not accept the garb of a renunciate. See, if any tendency remains in the heart, that is purely according to Shastra and Mahaprabhu. But as I told already before, Prabhupada made some arrangement for jivas of this time that they may, in association of devotees, stay as brahmacharis or sannyasis so that they can engage in the service of Krishna under the guidance of Guru. Then they will gradually progress. So not all of them already attained full control over their senses because they are not so advanced in devotion, but they are practicing. So one should not think that just someone wearing some cloth that automatically this is a sign that he is a pure devotee. That is not a sign. But also it is not that all are cheaters or that they are not sincere like this. They're doing, but as I told, if they are not very careful in following the instructions of Guru, or if they commit some offense to some Vaishnava, or if some heavy karma comes to some, then we see they may also fall down, or at least there is some difficulty there. Then they may gradually again come if they engage in the service of Krishna. One example is there when Srila Bhakti Rakshidhar Dev Gosai Maharaj and our Parangurudev, that time Hayagriv Brahmachari, and some other devotees from Gauriya Math Madras, South India, they went on some preaching tour somewhere and they were staying in some place, one dharamshala. Then local organizers, they were making programs, but it was found that one of brahmacharis from their group had illicit connection with one girl there. So local organizers became very much disturbed because of this, and they came to complain to Sridhar Maharaj, because at that time he was the leader of that preaching party. Our Parangurudev was brahmachari, but Sridhar Maharaj was a bit like sick and he was already lying down. So then that local organizer, he wanted to meet him, but Parangurudev told him that he is not well now, so you tell me what happened. Then he told him, no, at first he complained to our Parangurudev and he said, I want to, explaining everything, I want to speak with Sridhar Maharaj. Then our Parangurudev said, now Sridhar Maharaj is not okay. Now you take rest, because it was evening time after the program. We will do whatever is necessary, you don't worry. Then he came to say to Sridhar Maharaj, and Sridhar Maharaj said, yes, that brahmachari should be immediately sent back to the mat. we should not keep him here. And then next morning they told that they already sent him during nighttime on train. So then they were somewhat pacified. Otherwise it is not good for preaching. If someone is a sannyasi or brahmachari externally and then doing such things, then that will give bad name and people will lose trust, and already so many things going on before in the name of spirituality like this. So then that brahmachari, when he came back, then that Bhakti Pradip Tirtha Gosai Maharaj, he's a disciple of Bhaktivinoda Thakur, very old. He chastised that brahmachari very much and he threw him out of the mat. But that brahmachari was simple-hearted. He had weakness, but he was not crooked. He was not hypocrite. So he was regretting very much. He took one job there in Madras and was doing that to survive, and he was regretting and crying and coming to the mat requesting. Later on, Sridhar Maharaj and our Parang Gurudev, I did wrong, I know, it is my mistake, but you please allow me to serve in the mat. Like this he was praying. But that Tirtha Maharaj did not want. So then Sridhar Maharaj told, now Prabhupada is coming here, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Goswami Thakur. We will ask him what to do in regard to your case. Then when Prabhupada came, they explained all situation. Then Prabhupada said, I cannot accept him, like Mahaprabhu did not accept Choto Haridas, and also not that Krishna Das, one Sevak who was going with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to South India. Then those Bhattacharys allured him and he had association with those ladies. Mahaprabhu saved him, but when he came back to Puri, then he said, he told him to leave his association, but he told to Nityananda Prabhu to give him some engagement in devotion. So that Nityananda, he sent him to that brahmachari to do some service in Bengal and to Sachi Mata to visit like this. He gave him some service. So here Prabhupada also told, in regard to this brahmachari, I cannot accept him, as Mahaprabhu did not accept Choto Haridas and Krishnadas. But then he looked at Sridhar Maharaj and our Parang Gurudev and that Bhakti Pradip Tirtha Maharaj, and he said, but you should accept him. You should give him some service. Then Prabhupada explained, because otherwise how he can be purified? Without devotion, that is the only way for purification. There is no other way. By any other thing, no one can be purified. So you accept him as Nityananda Prabhu accepted that Krishna Das, and you give him some service. Because punishment, no any other punishment can work in improving someone. It is impossible. Only devotion. So Prabhupada made such arrangement also, Mahaprabhu, that some shift of seva is there, so that some chastisement is there, some punishment is there, but at the same time he should not be driven out from devotional life and association with devotees, because then how he can progress? It is impossible. So Sridhar Maharaj that time was surprised that Prabhupada applied this same as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Then he understood that it is the only way to get purification and control of senses by engaging in devotion. That is why you can see there not wanting to kick out also our Parangurudev when that brahmachari was very angry and was violent to three, then Parangurudev wanted to keep him in the mat so that he can be engaged in the service. But then others were complaining too much and speaking against Parangurudev also. Then Parangurudev, with crying, he told him, you go back home, but don't stop doing bhajan. This is the most important. So punishment should not be such that someone will be kicked out from devotion. Then there is no chance. But a shift of seva only. Some other seva. If there is any problem, our Parangurudev also made one system in our mat. If there is any problem with any brahmachari, then he told, don't throw him out of the mat, but you send him to another branch with one letter, what is going on, and with some money for the travel expenses, everything, you send him to another branch. Then if there again it will be some problem, then again will another branch. Like in this way they can rotate. Then gradually they can be purified, because there is no other way. So if the tendency to associate with women remains anywhere in the heart, then they should not accept the garb of a renunciate. Always elevate the Atma through sadhana and always feel the bliss of Krishna Nam. And Markata Vairagya will be removed. So this is the only way in sadhu sangha to get taste of service of Krishna. There is no necessity to busy oneself in accepting renunciation prematurely. No necessity. But if we try to avoid some responsibility in household, or if we want to get some name and fame, or some facilities or something, then that is wrong motive. Why one wants to take sannyas or brahmachari? That is wrong motive. Then that is not for the service of Krishna. So that is for that is no necessity. These are all anarthas. Both householders and renunciates are eligible for Krishna Bhakti. What are the benefits derived from an ashram? Let us consider. It cannot be said that all persons are qualified to be in an ashram. Most people are eligible for the Grihastha ashram. Less people are qualified for the Vairagya, Vanaprastha and Brahmachari ashramas. Here Vairagya means sannyas or Babaji. What is the basis to attain qualification for those ashramas? Is it age or nature? Age alone cannot be said to be the basis. Many old men are crawling within their minds. They are indeed old. There are no teeth. All their hairs have gone grey, but using hair dye, means coloring, and adding silver teeth, they remain busy in enjoyment just like a young boy. When all those old people do not have detachment, then age cannot be said to be the main cause of renunciation. You can see those celebrities, generally they are seen. They're very old men, gray, some musicians or actors like the very old. But they're having ladies like 20 years old, 25, 30 like this. So that is going on up to their total invalidity. So age is not like when old, then no desire. No, that is not true. Even body cannot do, but desire will remain in the mind. So age is not the factor. As long as enjoyment or the desire for material things stays in the heart, then the natural disposition of a grihasta will remain strong. However, when bhav, that is love for Bhagavan, arises in the heart, there will be a natural feeling of disgust towards sense objects. That nature is at the root of the Vairagya ashram. That nature, when one, here it says, has love for Bhagavan, bhav, then natural feeling is there. He will have no desire. So it is not based on some material age or material nature. It is based on whether one got that love of Krishna, higher taste. That can make you renounced. Whether a man possesses the nature of a householder or he achieves the nature of renunciation, bhakti is his wealth. That wealth of bhakti is wisdom, or whatever activity or conduct is favorable to bhakti. Bhakti is the cultivation of serving Krishna favorably, means for Krishna satisfaction. Therefore, for one whose household dharma is conducive for the cultivation of serving Krishna, is favorable, household dharma is better. So you see, it is not same for all or impersonal judgment there. For all it is the same. It is not like that. It depends on his circumstance or what Krishna desires from some. Like Bhaktivinoda Thakur is pure devotee, but he had to play the pastime of householder. And it is also for sadhakas how Krishna wants him to develop. In that way he should develop, according to guidelines of Krishna and Guru, not according to his own whims, his own ideas. We saw also a few days back Srinivasacharya. He had to marry 2 times on the order of Supreme Lord and his personal associates. But Srinivasacharya is our Guru, previous Guru in Guru Parampara, together with Narottam Thakur, Srinivas and Shyamananda. Also Bhaktivinoda Thakur. So we cannot just like judge someone is householder and someone is renunciate. Renunciate only can be guru or he is automatically higher. We cannot judge like that. Depends on devotion. In Jaiva Dharma also Bhaktivinoda Thakur said, if there is one householder who has higher devotion to one who is in ascetic ashram, then that ascetic Vairagi, he will worship that household devotee. Therefore, Yes, for one whose household dharma is conducive for the cultivation of serving Krishna, household dharma is better. Another example is none other than Nityananda Prabhu. He also showed this pastime. First, he was brahmachari, traveling all holy places with sannyasi and serving him. Then he became avadhut, one who is always in prema, and he does not care for any regulations of this world, avadhut. But this is also misused by many. They don't have that prema, but they're pretending. That is also Markata Vairagi. They're, no, I am avadhut, and not following any rules and regulations for gradual improvement based on Shastra and doing immoral things in the name of being avadhutas. That is not Nityananda Prabhu like that. And later, when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ordered Haridas and Nityananda for preaching door to door, they went in the form of sannyasis. Everyone saw them as sannyasis. And at the end, when Mahaprabhu ordered Nityananda Prabhu, you should not come here to Puri. You should go there to Bengal and preach there. That time Nityananda Prabhu, on the desire, order of Mahaprabhu, internally that happened because they were discussing privately. No one knows what they were conversing. But the point is, Nityananda Prabhu does not do anything other than to fulfill the desire of Mahaprabhu. He's not having any anarthas or anything. So he married. And he also married with two, Jannava and Boshuda. And with Boshuda he had two children. He's our Guru, Nityananda. So it depends what Krishna wants. And for one whom the Vairagya ashram is favorable for the cultivation of serving Krishna, for him renunciation is better, means that ashram. Anarthas increase and bhakti decreases due to neglect of a proper qualification. Thus, if one is able to give up Markata Vairagya, that is false Vairagya, the excellence of bhakti arises for both the householder and the renunciate. Anarthas of the jiva are of four kinds. 1. Swarup Brahm, that is misconception concerning one's intrinsic nature, that is, who am I? 2. Asat Trishna, the thirst for material things. 3. Aparat, offenses. And 4. Hridaurbhalya, weakness of heart. By engaging in bhajan, if these four kinds of anarthas are removed, then one's bhajan becomes stable. That you come to the platform of Nishtha. Markata Vairagya is primarily Hridoy Daurbhalya, means weakness of heart. If this is removed, then potency arises in one's bhajan. Your bhajan will become strong. The staunch enemies of the jiva, such as hypocrisy, wickedness, the desire for prestige, etc., are defeated and pure bhakti manifests and the jiva achieves success. So here it ends this article So these four anarthas reminded me Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur in his book Bhajan Rahasya, we are reading during Kartik time. There he gave some more details and explanation. So because time is still there, I want to read from Bhajan Rahasya also. This is the last book of Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, Bhajan Rahasya. After Harinam Chintamani, in Harinam Chintamani book, it's very best book. There, Haridas Thakur and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu they are discussing in Purushottam Dham. Mahaprabhu is asking Haridas Thakur, like Mahaprabhu asking Raya Ramananda, day after tomorrow, Raya Ramananda disappears. And Raya Ramananda is replying, here Mahaprabhu is asking Haridas Thakur about chanting, about what is Nama Parat, what is Nama Bhas, what is pure name. And Haridas Thakur is replying to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and explaining in detail first about the glory of the name and then what are the 10 offenses to the name in detail and how one can be freed from each one in positive way, how he should do, what he should practice. Then after this topic is finished, then the topic of Nama Abhas will come. There are two kinds of Nama Abhas, Chaya and Pratibimba. Depends who is chanting. And Chaya is okay, that will elevate you, but Pratibimba is with offense. Some offense is there, impersonalistic, that thinking is there in the heart. Unless that is removed, then one cannot advance. Pratibimba is more difficult. Then, when one gives up all offenses and also Namabhas and comes to pure name, then Haridas Thakur is also explaining about entering into bhajan. Means internal death realization and your realization of your own eternal self in relation to Krishna in Leela. And Raga Mark, how Guru will explain that in bhajan. But there, that bhajan is explained by Haridas Thakur, but more in brief. So, Bhajan Rahasya came as a sequel to that book. Means next part, continuation of Renunciates. So first we have to come to pure chanting Harinam, in pure heart. Then one can enter into bhajan. Otherwise it will not be possible. This Ashtakalya Lila, Seva, this. So here in Bhajan Rahasya, we are reading during Kartik. I will start second chapter. Only I will read translation. There is no consideration of proper or improper time in regard to chanting the Lord's holy names, which are fully endowed with all potencies. This is described in the second verse of Shikastaka. You know, Krishna put all his powers in his names, and there is no restriction of time, place, anything. Anytime you can chant. And Mahaprabhu is regretting, oh Krishna, you are so merciful. But it is my misfortune, I have no liking to chant. That is indicative of presence of offenses and anarthas. Then, a prayer for attaining attachment for the holy name is given in the 5th verse of Namashtaka by Rupa Goswami. O Nam Bhagavan, possessor of inconceivable glories, may my affection for you continue to increase day and night. O Agadaman, one who subdued Aghasur, that snake. Agadaman, O Yashodanandan, O Nanda Sunu, son of Nanda Maharaj. O Kamalanayan, one who has lotus eyes. O Gopi Chandra, O Brindabanendra, chief of Brindaban. O Pranata Karuna, those who are surrendered to him, he is very merciful to them. O Krishna, you have innumerable forms. May my attachment to them always increase. Then, Krishna has invested all potencies in his name. The Skanda Purana states, as I told before, all Shikastaka verses, if you read this Bhajan Rahasya, Bhaktivinoda Thakur is giving evidence for all the points in Shikastaka from different Shastras, Puranas, Upanishads, Bhagavatam, Gita, everywhere, and the books of Mahajanas to prove. Then you can understand really everything is in Shikastaka. So here one verse is from Bhagavatam. No, not Bhagavatam, Skanda Purana. Whatever potency to nullify sins or bestow auspiciousness found in charity, vows, austerities, pilgrimage, the Rajasuya and Ashwamedha Yagyas, knowledge of transcendental objects and so forth, has been invested by Sri Krishna in his holy names. This is verse Sanskrit in Skanda Purana. Dana vrata tapas tirtha yatra dinascha stita shaktayo deva mahatam sarva papa hara shubha raja suya shvamedanam jnana syadhyatma vastuna akrishya harina sarva stapita sveshu namashu. In his own name, all these potencies are there for all these things. So no need to do anything separately. But we have to chant sincerely without offenses. In the performance of Nambhajan, there is no consideration of cleanliness or uncleanliness, nor of proper or improper time. This is corroborated in Vaishwanara Sanhita. Again, he's giving Sanskrit verse from there. In chanting the holy name, there is no rule concerning place and time, nor is there one regarding cleanliness or uncleanliness. So, it is not that only those who are born in India, they can do bhajan. This is not according to Shastra or Gurus. Otherwise, why they came to Western countries? To spread the message of Mahaprabhu. So we cannot use this as an excuse. I am not born in India, so I cannot do. That is not true. So there is no rule concerning place and time, nor is there one regarding cleanliness or uncleanliness. By repeating the name Ram, or in other words, by performing Sankirtan of the Mahamantra, the topmost liberation, namely Prema Bhakti, is obtained. The characteristics of misfortune are described in Srimad Bhagavatam. Then he gives evidence from Bhagavatam. Those persons who refrain from hearing and chanting of your glories, means Krishna's glories, which destroys all misfortune, and instead always engage in inauspicious activities, being obsessed with a desire for a particle of material sense enjoyment, are certainly wretched, for fate has stolen away their intelligence. Here fate means our own previous bad actions, result now coming. Because of that, that is our misfortune. We have no liking to chant. Then in Bhagavatam, about what is the problem. With a pure heart, Shri Krishna Dvaipaya and Vedavyas became absorbed in meditation through the process of Bhakti Yoga, when Narad Goswami told him. He thus saw the Supreme Person, Shri Krishna, along with his external energy Maya, which was far away from him, but under his control. Due to this Maya, the conditioned living entity forgets his service to Krishna and becomes affected by anarthas. Although transcendental to the three modes of material nature, the living entity who is bewildered by Maya considers himself a material product. I am this body. He thus identifies himself with this body and considers that which is related to it to be his. This is my brother, this is my mother, this is my house, this is my wife, this is mine. I and mine. In a wrong way. This is also one kind of offense, to think like that when chanting. The infinitesimal living entity can only be delivered by Krishna Bhakti Yoga, but the mass of people in the material world are ignorant of this fact. Understanding this, Sri Vyasa manifested Bhagavatam through Bhakti Yoga. Then one will say, yes, it is not my fault, it is because of Maya. But Maya catches those who misuse their relative independence. They don't want to serve Krishna, they want to enjoy Maya. Then Maya catches. Then you get this false ego and false relations, false desires. And there is only one way to be rescued: when you become inclined to the service of Krishna. That is possible by getting grace of pure devotee and Shastra. So here Vyasadeva manifested Srimad Bhagavatam. This is Shastra. If someone will take shelter of this Shastra and read or hear, then he will become inclined to the service of Krishna. This is the benefit. Even we heard in Srinivasacharya, even just seeing those books, that king, Bir, seeing devotional books, his mind got changed. Then gradually he became devotee. Anarthas or misfortune are of four kinds. This is described in Amnaya Sutra. The anarthas of the living entities enchanted by Maya are of four kinds. One, illusion about one's real identity, that is Swarup Brahm, hankering for that which is temporary, asat trishna, offenses, and weakness of heart, hridorbalya. They bind the living entity to the material world and entangle him in its miseries. So this is the point where I was going to. Our Gurudev told, the root cause of all this is misconception of self. Because of misconception of self, we have desires for non-eternal things, we are committing offenses, and we have weakness of heart. And the root cause of misconception of self is ignorance. Root cause of ignorance is aversion to knowledge. You are not looking towards the sun, you are looking away from the sun. Then you see only shadow. So when you are averse to knowledge, that is Satchidananda Vigraha Krishna, all existence, all knowledge, all bliss. When you are averse to him, then you are in ignorance, in darkness. When you turn towards him, then everything is revealed. Like in a mirror, everything you see. Without the help of mirror, we cannot see our body. Like that, without the help of Krishna, we cannot see the reality about us. Swarup Brahm is of four types, misconception of self, as stated in Amnaya Sutra. The conditioned living entity is subject to four kinds of Brahm, that is, Jiva Swarup Brahm, Paratattva Brahm, Sadhya Sadhana Tattva Brahm, and Bhajan Virodhi Bishoy Brahm. means misconception of who I am, about Jiva. Then about who is Supreme Lord, to whom I am eternally related. These are all related to real self. You cannot know who you are unless you also know from whom you are coming, to whom you are related. That is why Jiva's identity is Jiva Swarup Hai Krishna Nityadas. Then who is Krishna? If you don't know who is Krishna, then how you can know about Jiva? So this is all related. And then, what is your ultimate goal as a Jiva? And what is the process to attain it? Jiva has certain function. So that is also related to the Swarup of Jiva. And what is opposed to this function, natural function, that is Mayic activities, that also you have to know, because Jiva has this option. So all are related to Jiva's identity. Asat Trishna is of 4 kinds, as described in the Namnaya Sutra. The 4 types of Asat Trishna are desire for objects of this material world, desire for heavenly pleasures like those of Swarga, that Indra and demigods there, desire for mystic powers of yogis, and desire for liberation. They are all Asat Trishna, desire for non-eternal things. Aparat is of 4 kinds, as mentioned in Namnaya Sutra. Offenses to Krishna's name, Namaparat. Offense to Krishna's deity form, Seva Aparat. Offenses to that which belongs to Krishna, or in other words, to Giriraj Govardhan, the Ganga, the Jamuna, the Dham, or the lotus feet of the devotees. For every one of these separately, for Dham, what is Dham Aparat? It is mentioned in Shastra. What is 6 kinds of Vaishnava Aparat also? Like if you do sinful activities in Dham, then that is Dham Aparat. Or Ganga and devotees, all this. Then offenses to other living entities who are all infinitesimal particles of spirit belonging to Krishna. To all other jivas, our Gurudev explained, if you do any cruel behavior to any living entity, he may be devotee or not devotee, or human or other, any cruel behavior to any living entity is also aparat, means displeasing to Krishna. Why? Because they all belong to him. So to commit violence is displeasing to Krishna. They are all his children. They may be bad, naughty children, but still mother loves them. If you harm them, then mother will not be happy. These are 4 aparat. Then Hridaurbalya, weakness of heart, as we heard just now. Markata Vairagi is one part of Hridaurbalya. So here is of 4 kinds. One, attachment to worthless objects. That is, objects unrelated to Krishna. Means service of Krishna, because nothing is detached from Krishna. Everything is related to Krishna, but means unrelated to the service of Krishna. Then hypocrisy and deceit. This is kutinati. This is Markata Vairagya. I am not having that natural renunciation in heart. I have tendency to enjoy, but I put on a dress of sannyas. That is hypocrisy. Envy upon seeing the prosperity of others. This is also weakness of heart. then desire for prestige and position, pratishta. Here Bhaktivinoda Thakur in Bengali, he gave some more. Hridor Balya gives birth to 6 enemies, Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, Matsarja, and their waves results in distress, bewilderment, hunger, thirst, old age, and death. The creeper of devotion cannot grow as long as one does not give up these anarthas. All anarthas are nullified by nama sankirtan. Then evidence from Bhagavatam. If a living entity who is caught in the whirlpool of material existence even once chants the name of Krishna, he can be freed immediately. Even fair personified trembles upon hearing the name of Bhagavan. Even once means pure name. So this is what we have to do. Chant Harinam without offenses and without namabhas. How this will be possible? In association of devotees, by the grace of bona fide Guru and also Vaishnavas. In their association, we should chant for the satisfaction of Krishna. Then we can remove all problems. All problems of Jiva are due to being averse to Krishna. How Jiva can become inclined towards Krishna? Because by devoting herself to Krishna, then all problems will be removed and all bliss will be attained, all fulfillment. But how this can happen? It is only by the getting the mercy of Guru, Vaishnava and Shastra. So we have to take their association and follow their instructions, that is to chant Harinam properly. They may give also other practices. They are meant only to help your Nam Bhajan, to assist your Nam Bhajan. They have no separate utility in this Kali Yuga. All are meant to help you to assist you in your Nam Bhajan. Then by Nam Bhajan, we can get Krishna Prem. So for that, Shastra, association of Shastra and Sadhu is necessary. And from our side also sincere effort to follow them. So we are fortunate tomorrow, Srila Bhaktinandan Swami Maharaj is coming here to our place. So we'll have program with devotees. Then our Srila Vishnu Maharaj is coming to Vienna, and devotees, they requested me that I should be there also to assist. And because I have to drive that Nrsimha Maharaj to Slovenia also, our god brother Nrsimha Maharaj from Delhi, then we'll have program in Slovenia, then program in Pula, Croatia, and then program also in Zagreb, Croatia. So that will be up to 13th of June. So till that time, there will be no this Skype Harikatha. We will continue either on 14th or 15th June. So I will write here also in chat. So till that time, kindly take Sadhu Sangha and chant Harinam. Jagadananda Pandit, personal associate of Mahaprabhu, told, Sadhu Sange Krishna Nam, ei matra chai, sangsar jinite ar kono postu nai. I desire only this thing, to chant Harinam, Krishna Nam, in association of sadhu, means devotee, pure devotee. There is no any other way to to conquer over this samsara, material existence, other than this. Sadhu Sangha Krishna Nam. So this we have to do, then we have to do and also encourage others. Haribol.